I'm Elizabeth McMahon, and I am part of the bachelor's program for physical therapy assistant, and I actually happen to get my associates at the same location. So to walk down memory lane, there's a couple different factors. So when I was younger, I was diagnosed with spina bifida myself, and then I was in my own physical therapy growing up as a kid, and then kind of got on my normal own path, and then my dad became an amputee from a work accident. So then I remember seeing him be able to walk and be able to move. And I knew I couldn't do the gutsy, that was a little out of my scope. I was but I was I want to be a part of that. And I remember he was rolled in on his first day of physical therapy and he didn't know if he'd ever walk. And he was like, I can't do this. I'm a single dad. I don't know how I'm ever going to take care of my daughter again. And I also remember the last day he walked out of therapy and he did it, no assistive device, his own prosthetic leg, and just walked out like he had been doing for the whole time I knew him. And I was like, I want to be part of that. I was talking to Dr. Carpenter and I was getting the same, you're not just a number, we're here to help you. And I was like, I want to be part of that. I want to feel like it's not just me against these assignments. I have a team and it's actually for a bigger purpose. It's not just here's a paper, do this, and here's a certificate. It's a bigger picture and all of us working together toward an end goal. Just the discussions and we were just emailing each other and talking to each other and the classroom chats and just, there was one time I missed an assignment because I had a medical procedure and it totally spaced my mind. And Dr. Carpenter was like, hey, I noticed you didn't submit this assignment. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I had medical thing 2 days ago and it completely spaced. And I went right on, submitted it. So it wasn't just you missed an assignment, here's a 0. It was, here's communication. We're here to help. How can we get you to here? So it was a lot of two-way communication. I would say it was very helpful in the fact that I could go to work and I could do it at the same time. I was the one supporting us mainly, so having that availability of I can still provide for us while he finishes his degree, and I can still work on what I want to do while going to work all together, and just being able to, I'm not sitting in front of a computer being I just have to get this assignment done. I have a purpose. A lot of it was, here's Parkinson's, what relates to that. And it was just more bigger picture and not just, here's an assignment, write these definitions. Yeah, so a lot of my end of semester programs, I like to challenge myself. And I would find clinical questions I had in the clinic, and I would make that my project. So one of them, being a COVID student, I didn't get the exposure to aquatic therapy because we didn't even get our aquatic lab. It didn't happen. So I work at a clinic that has aquatic therapy. So I was I'm definitely on the short end of this compared to my PTs. Plus I'm the only PTA. So I'm I want to dive into this. So I immediately looked up a little bit into more of the principles of water. We kind of hit the bullet points, but we never actually dove into how does that help. So I made a whole presentation diving into that. I also dove into some example exercises for core, quads, all of that. My patients probably were not the biggest fan of harder exercises the next day, but they were happy with it in the end when they felt better. I'm really excited that where I live now in Tennessee, there's 3 PTA schools. So it's actually very hard to get a PTA job in the area, but there are no local bachelor PTAs. So I feel like I'm a cut above the rest in a sense. I also take a lot of PT classes alongside my PTs. So I feel like I'm learning more and I'm having that upper edge to be able to go through more clinical reasoning instead of just being here's an exercise for this diagnosis. More what does the tissue need? How do we address that? More of the clinical biomechanical aspect of it. Thank you, Pima Medical Institute. I'm a proud graduate of the Bachelor's of Physical Therapy Assistant program.